Okay, good morning. This is the finance, or it's not the finance committee, it's the personnel committee. So for those citizens that are watching, anyone is, we appreciate you tuning in. And the personnel committee meets each month to just go through the list of appointments that are expiring within our 40 plus committees or so. So we look through that each month and try to either reappoint people or find folks to fill those positions. Also, I would just say to the citizens, thank you for the work you're doing to keep COVID at a distance. And I think as across the country, the social distancing and the precautions that people are taking, while difficult, are succeeding. So we appreciate that. Okay. Mr. Boies. Oh, I guess the other issue, I think we should add to the agenda. I meant to do it last week, but I'd like to have a brief discussion as how we will proceed with the interviews for the Berryville seat, as Mary Daniels will be leaving on the 2nd of May. Will be her last day, and we had 6 applicants for the position. Bev, I didn't know if you had any thoughts or as to how we could proceed with an interview process, or Chris?
I mean, I think we have to abide by our social distancing and safety concerns. I think that.
We need to. Do we think we'd like to have still stay with the tradition of in-person interviews, or?
I think I'd like to.
Yeah. Okay.
But if we can't figure out how to do that, I think, we have to not do it. But I think if we can possibly figure out how to do that safely for everyone, it would be better.
So we have, there's a certain timeline, but it's pretty extended. Chris, how many days is it after her last day that we would be required to?
I think it's 45 days. You have to make the appointment, or the circuit court could. So, but it's as of the date of her vacancy, not of the date of her notice. So,
okay.
Are the interviews held in public or private?
They would be in closed session.
Okay.
So you could convene, go into closed session, spread out in this room, so it's a bigger space to maintain your distance requirements, and you could do those. And, we could set them up at different times, and I could coordinate as people come in, putting them somewhere and getting people out, and we could do all of it so that there's not much interaction or passing by of each other. So we could manage that if you'd like to do it. But your goal at one point was to have someone by the May work session. You still have 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah,
to do that. So.
Right. Okay.
Maybe if we procrastinate a bit, the concern will be lessened as we get out of it a little bit. Obviously, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's right. I think that's a reasonable thing, just a reasonable procedure to create that system. So
maybe I would suggest that maybe in 2 weeks we reevaluate, see what the situation is in the county, and if you feel comfortable moving forward at that time, then we could work out dates and times, and we'll work within this room to make it happen. So if you want to just wait 2 weeks, see where we're at, and then if you did that, you could still set dates before your May work session and still meet your original schedule.
all right, good. Okay. So expiration of term 2020.
Yeah, so you have a number of terms that are expiring, and then you also have a request to fill an unexpired term because of someone leaving the family assessment team that I'll talk about at the very end. So if you go down the list, the Shindo Valley Workforce Development Board, we have not had a chance to meet with those folks. We have some industry leaders in the community that we want to approach about that, but we've been not approaching anyone about anything. We want to go see him in person, so we've not done that yet. So that one remains open. For the Family Assessment and Planning Team Parent Representative, that group has recommended Tracy Smith to serve on that team. And as you know, we've been looking for someone for quite a while from that. So Tracy Smith is the recommendation from FACT.
Okay. Tracy's certainly very involved in kids and schools and all of that. Any objection, Bill?
No, I don't know her, but
Yeah.
if they like her, you like her,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, she's a smart person and very caring. Okay, so we would recommend that appointment.
Next is your Fire and EMS Commission. The seat vacated by Andrew Nicholson. Mr. Lawrence, reach out to you this morning.
No, I did not talk to her.
So I just received an email from him with a name.
Okay,
I'd like me to share that.
okay,
He recommends Randall Loker. He says he is a CPA.
Oh, he's in the office beside John Fry.
right. Okay, and so he must have an interest in, beyond the numbers, an interest in the system.
Yes. He says he has agreed to serve local CPA.
Okay. Well, I think we had talked with Doug and I think everybody understood we wanted a citizen that would view the EMS world as a system, and also, but I think it would be good to have some financial background to help folks work through those things.
Right.
So if he is willing to serve, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I've met him and talked with him.
Oh, okay,
Seems like a level-headed,
okay,
well-thought-out person.
okay, good.
Next would be the seat vacated by Mr. Maynard. I have not heard from Doug on that. Have you?
No, okay, so we'll put that off another month.
I know he was working on that seat, but he doesn't have anyone confirmed that.
Okay,
Next is the Berryville Area Development Authority, and Bev had talked to Kathy Smart, and she was willing to be
She
reappointed.
said yes.
good. Okay,
You had seats on the Library Advisory Council, and per Mary Daniel, Nancy Foster, and Shelley Daisley have agreed to serve again.
yes, so that's good. So we recommend those reappointments. I did talk to Mr. Kreider. He would like to continue to serve on the planning commission from my district, the Buckmarsh Battletown.
Okay. And Mr. McKay was working on his planning commission appointment.
Yeah, I'd like to appoint Buster Dunning, to recommend him for appointment.
Okay. Yeah, I think Buster's certainly got a family history in relation to Clark planning. And you tell me he's pretty excited about the
He's
opportunity.
very excited and very interested in doing it. So he told me he wanted to do something for the county for years.
Good.
And he's younger than me, which is hard to be.
That's right. Good. Well, we thank him and we'll make that recommendation.
The next seat would be Gwen Malone's seat on the planning commission. Per Mary, she has agreed to serve again.
Good. Okay.
On the next sheet, you have the Historic Preservation Commission, and per Mr. McKay, Paige Carter has agreed to serve again.
Let's back down. I have called her a lot, and I have a feeling they may be out of the county. So I haven't talked to her, but I am positive she'll do it. She enjoys it. Can we either put it off or I'll recommend her, I'll call her cell phone and her house phone and left messages and haven't got her.
Well, we can tentatively recommend her and you can
Yeah,
continue to try to get hold of her.
Beats me up. And I've called her, I don't know, 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
So I think they're gone.
Yeah.
We can put it on the board agenda, and then you can pull it if you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
That would be good.
I'm sure she'll do it.
Maybe you could send her an email. She's received
Well, I gotta
email.
locate her email address, which I guess you have, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
And then Betsy and I agreed to serve again on the Historic Preservation Commission.
Good. Yeah, she does a nice job.
Your next set of appointments are related to the Board of Equalization. They have not figured out how they're going to meet given the social distancing requirements. I remember when we made this appointment, I think I questioned Laura and said, is June enough time to get this done? And she said, oh yeah, we've never gone past May, so we'll keep an eye on this in case you all need to come back and extend the term. But we're hopeful that they can find a way to meet once things look clear about it. So,
Okay. And do we have to, does it have to go through the court also?
yeah, we need to find that out, how the court worded the order. So I'll check into that.
All right. We have upcoming for June. The last page.
Yeah, so you have a sanitary authority appointment, the Lord Fairfax Community College Board, and Mr. Daniel does term out, so you will have to find someone new for his term.
Okay.
And then the Regional Airport Authority. So those are your 3 seats.
And Mr. Crawford would like to retire from that after, since its inception, I think. But we've been having difficult time finding someone. I wonder if we could reach out to the, what his title is, of the Airport Authority, the director. Right.
Does Johnny have a suggestion?
He doesn't. We and I have talked, and we had a couple of good folks, but they were not interested. But it might be that, can't think of that fellow's name. But,
Mr. Sago.
yes, right.
Might
Thank
be
you.
that way.
Might be the director of the airport, has, those folks that are in Clark that are interested. And so it'd be good to reach out to him.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have to be from, certain spot in Clark County or anything,
No,
just Clark County?
not just Clark County.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Ralph Oliver will continue on the sanitary authority. Does anybody talk with him?
No, would you like to do that?
I can do that.
All right.
He brings an incredible amount of expertise.
He does. Yeah. So, okay. Any other issues for personnel? I guess I've been talking with Chris each day and asking about staff, but folks are holding their own.
Yeah, we have folks that are teleworking. We have folks that are coming in at different times, and we've been able to manage, I think, everything pretty well so far. So we've been answering requests from citizens in a timely fashion. So I don't think the citizens have seen a decrease in the service level, which is what we were aiming for.
Yeah, I have had absolutely nobody complain about, service or anything. So I think that's, and I think people understand it too, why you.
Yeah.
And I think people are very supportive of what we're doing.
And you may notice downstairs, we have a kiosk set up for building inspections and zoning permits. And that seems to be working pretty well. People drop off their plans in a tub. We review the plans, and we have another tub where they can pick them up once we call them and let them know that they're ready. Those folks are going through the treasurer's drive-through to pay for their permit once it's ready to be picked up. And then we have someone that actually goes out and hands them the permit. So we're able to keep those functions going pretty well, and haven't heard a single complaint about that setup either. I think people are appreciative that we're finding ways to stay open. So
I want to thank all the employees, those working from home and those that are coming in every day. And it's a stressful time for everybody, but we've been able to keep going through Christmas. Also, I'd like to in particular thank the janitorial staff that cleans this building every few hours. That makes it all possible for us to be here safely and to continue working and doing the business of the citizens. So they're a huge part of this, and we couldn't do it without them. So please pass on our thanks and gratitude.
Will do.
Okay, any other business for personnel? All right, then we will adjourn personnel, and finance will meet in about 10 minutes. Thank you.
Would you send me,
Her email address.
her email and maybe Ralph Weller's phone number and or email?
Okay.